Hi guys, how you doing? And welcome back to the Tat Cave. I just thought I'd put a video out. Yeah, I've been driving myself a bit nuts this morning. I'm listing a load of cigarette cards and I've just finished this lot, but I'm experimenting with multi variation listings. So I've got, for example, these, which are a lovely set. These are $18.99 cards. They're military, like standards and banners, but I don't have a complete set and I wanted to sell them individually, so I set up a multi variation listing, but then for each card that was, so you can go into the listing and select card number 1, 2, 3, whatever, and within that I wanted to have individual pictures of the front and the back of the card because the collectors will want to see that. But it's taken forever. There's 42 cards, I think it is, front and back pictures, and then when I added them all, I uploaded them all onto the computer. When I went to add them to the listing, all the pictures were the wrong way around, so I've had to edit each individual picture and then resave it, and it's took ages. This was the third lot I did. The first lot I stupidly forgot to do back pictures of the cards, so I'm going to have to revisit that one and do it again. So it's a bit of an experiment. It's taken me hours to list them. Not really sure it's worthwhile. These I'm listing at $2.99, so debatable whether it's worth it really. But then again, if I can sell them all, 42 times £3, whatever that is, 126. I don't know. Another set that I did were £5 a card, so they are much more lucrative, hopefully. I mean, it's like I said, it's all an experiment. I don't really know if I'm going to manage to sell them, but they're done, dealt with. And then I have forced myself to go back to the piles and piles of unlisted stuff and just pick out random things that have sat there forever and been ignored. So I've got myself a heap of stuff, and I was looking at it and I just thought, this just sums up how random it is, the stuff you end up listing. Oh, here comes Andrea. No. You coming in? Oh, I thought you were coming in. I'm just doing a video. Come say hello.
You're doing a video?
Yeah. You want to come say hello?
Can do.
I was just, I've picked out a load more stuff to list, and I was just going to share just how random the stuff is we have. Oh. So what are you up to today? Here's Andrea.
Hello. I'm listing bundles and bundles of clothes from the old shop. That's what I'm doing. I was coming to ask you if you could help me move some big crates.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll just finish showing this random selection of goodies,
okay,
and then we'll move it around.
I'll let you get on with it then.
Okay. So yeah, I picked out a load more stuff that has been sat on the shelves for ages and I've been ignoring for one reason or another. And yeah, it's just totally random. So I have 2 old OXO cube tins. These, I think I'm going to struggle a bit, but I'm going to go top end at £10 each on these. They're quite nice. They say on them, by appointment to the late King George VI. So very specific, in quite nice condition considering the age. This one's not quite as good. Had those for ages, couldn't even tell you how much they owe me. A car radio that I actually got for nothing. I don't really have a way of testing this, not easily anyway, but it came from somebody I know well and I have no reason to doubt that it was fully working. It just came out of a car that they sold on, I think. So there's that. A little electric blanket. These are actually quite good. This came from a jumble sale, cost me next to nothing. It's a Dreamland one. I did look it up. I'm going to shoot for £20 on that. It's a modern one. It's got all these heat controls and stuff. So yeah, that's funky. And while it's freezing cold, I thought I'd better get that listed. I then have a men's coat, really nice warm padded waterproof coat. Hard to see it there, I don't know what the brand is. Oh, here you go. Walkabout I have done no research whatsoever on this. This was another jumble sale pickup, so it owes us next to nothing. It just needs getting rid of, especially while it's cold and wet. I have a box of Nerf. Now I don't know what happened to this. I listed this as a bundle a couple of months ago, and it's sat. I've got some of the racks at the back are all listed stock, and this has sat on that rack for ages. And then I happened to look up, I did a search in my own shop for Nerf stuff, and this wasn't on there. I searched in archived and stuff in case I'd somehow screwed up and sold it and not sent it out or something, but no trace of it anywhere. So I really don't know what happened. So I've got to re-photograph all of this and relist it, which is frustrating, but there you go. Yeah, the selection of all of these N-Strike guns, they all take the same bullets, all tested, all working. So there's that. It'd be great to get rid of that. This has sat around forever. It's a beer making kit for 40 pints of bitter. I did consider keeping it and doing it myself, but I just can't be bothered, so I'm going to try and sell that on. This I picked up in a charity shop when they're having a ridiculous clearance, and it was next to nothing. So there's that. See how I get on with that. There's a Fireman Sam video which has sat on the shelf for ages because it had a smashed, had a smashed box, and I was chatting to Caroline, and she had a massive haul of VHSs ages ago and still has some kicking around, so she has lots of spare cases. So she very kindly sent me a spare case, so I can now, I have sent some of these up to FBA, and this one might follow suit, but I'm going to check it on eBay first, see if it might go better on their vintage Fireman Sam. So thanks Caroline for the VHS case. One of these, this is a Tupperware? I think there's a Tupperware shape sorter, vintage. It's got all of its 10 pieces, the different shapes. Not big money in these. I think I've got between sort of 10 to 15 on these before. The springs on these tend to go, and they go all loose. I've got some somewhere else actually that I should dig out that have loose springs. I think I just need to sell the little shapes off for spares. So there's one of those. That one I said as a complete one. There's a Jack Sparrow. It says it on there that Jack Sparrow costume adult £1. I've had this for ages. It's just one of those items that whenever I find it, I just move it to another shelf and ignore it. So yeah, I haven't even ever had it out of the bag. I've even got pretend leather boots. So yeah, I need to sort that out, make some decisions on that, get it listed. What else did I pull out? There's this unassuming sort of green box which has an Olivetti Dora typewriter in. Now I bought this ages ago at the Hitchin flea market for 75p. Or it might have been the boot sale. It was certainly in Hitchin anyway. For 75p. Don't think there's a lot of value in it, but it just needs to be shifted. I'm still on this mission of clearing space, so I am forcing myself not to ignore it anymore and get it listed. Likewise with these. Now this is a tray, don't know if you're going to be able to see in there. What these are is quartz little clock mechanisms. Ages ago Andrea and I did a lot more like crafting and upcycling and all of that sort of stuff. We used to make clocks out of things like records, etc., and we took them to craft fairs and sold them online. But we stopped doing that. It wasn't really worth the amount of time we were investing in it, and this is what we had left over from our clock making. Which we're not going to do anything with, and they've just sat around and sat around. So I'm going to cash those in for whatever I get back on them. It really doesn't matter now. So that's that. So there's a random selection of stuff. So my next plan is to do a little bit of research first, find out if this is all worth bothering with. If it is, I will make notes of what I think I can get, do my research, write it all down, photograph it all, get it listed, get rid of it. So there you go. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that impromptu video. I've now apparently got to go and move a load of crates of clothing around for Andrea. So until next time, thanks for watching and give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I'll speak to you soon. Bye for now.